know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts. The future of health is clear with Ritual. Daily essentials with good intentions for living life or creating it. Now, Ritual has the multivitamin for women, prenatal vitamins, a daily shake, and a multivitamin for men. Those are just some of their products. Ritual is easy to start and easy to cancel. Now, Ritual's team of scientists and nutritional experts are on a mission to turn your new healthy habit into a ritual. They offer free shipping, control of your own delivery date, free and easy cancellation, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. So click the link in the description box and get started today at making Ritual part of your daily health regimen. I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to ExpressVPN, friend of the channel and protector of my online data. They are giving away 3 months free on a 1-year package to all Sweet Pea Diaries viewers by using the link in the description box below. Now, this is a service that I personally use 100% of the time when I'm on the internet using my phone or computer. It allows me to bypass content restrictions while traveling and ensures all of my data is 100% private and safe wherever I connect to the internet. Using ExpressVPN also allows you to get discounts when using services like Expedia, NBA League Pass, and Netflix. ExpressVPN also has 24/7 customer support to answer any questions and support all of your needs. So take back your internet privacy today by clicking on the link in the description box below and find out how you can get 3 months free. If you are trying to grow your business, brand, or product, then you want to advertise with us right here, right now on the Sweet Pea Diaries YouTube channel. We have unique subscribers and a broad demographic that will be sure to give your business, brand, or product the exposure that you need. So email us today at sweetpeadiaries@outlook.com to get more information on our advertisement packages. Welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl, Sweet Pea, and I'm back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Y'all know what time it is. All right, who we got in the chat? We got Aaron Bernard says he is first. Aaron Bernard Ransom, hey. Monica Reyna, Mama, Junie Coles, Sasha Lynn. It's Nikki, not Nikki, my moderator. Tasha K is Toxic. Hey, girl. Beautiful Dej, Day One, Jess Valencia, my proud member. Vanderveer. Life with the Leonard family. Velma C, I did say that right. No, Velma C, another proud member. Renee Denegris, Christine, and my moderator, Susie Davis Jones. Hey, everybody. Y'all go ahead and get in the room because we got to talk about this appeal as far as Tasha K is concerned. Now, we did debunk and we're going to go over it again, but Tasha's out here saying that she has filed an appeal. And her case with Cardi B is in the appellate court, all right? Now, we know that she's trying to say the appellate court, but she says appellate. She's in appellate court. Well, She's not in either court. Appellate, superior, no court, because her case is not over. Now, hold on, you guys. This is the food. Hold on. You got it? Yeah. Okay, the kids got it. They ordered DoorDash. So we know that this is a bold-faced lie because her case is not even closed, okay? Now, when you're looking at the case on Pacer, it shows the party, the party's name, the case number, the title, what court it's in, and the date that it was filed. And we see that Tasha K and, Cardi B, their case is titled Alnazar versus Kibi, and it was in the Georgia Northern District Court. It was filed on March 21st, 2019. All right. Date closed? No date. It is empty, which means the case is still open. So you cannot have an appeal if your case is still open. How can you appeal something that is not closed yet? We know with anything that requires an appeal, there has to be a resolution. When you file some type of unemployment claim, or you file, any type of a claim, when you have a decision, a ticket that you're wanting to appeal, there has to be a final decision. There has to be closure before you're able to appeal, because we need to know exactly what the verdict, what the entire case is, what the stipulations are. What are you going to be appealing? And if that's still open and there's still things to be added to this case, how can you be appealing now? So we do know that. We debunked that last night. That is not a thing. She is not in any appeals court, in any appeals process, because her case is not closed. Now, we even are going to take it a step further. Now, I told you guys, we just going to jump right into this video because it's the lies for me, all right? Now, I want you to understand clearly, there are some situations where you can't even appeal the case. It's final. That's the judgment. And you won't even be able to appeal it. I'm sorry. You can always appeal, but I jumped ahead of myself. There are situations where you cannot file bankruptcy. All right. We have questions where, well, she can file an appeal, but she can also file bankruptcy to avoid paying this judgment. Well, there are situations where you cannot file bankruptcy, and we're going to cover that. So let's get into the appeals process, okay? Let's get into that. Now, the appeals process, what is an appeal and how does it work? An appeal is a formal request to reopen or re-examine an official judgment or judicial decision. The specific process for appealing a decision or judgment can vary by jurisdiction or court. Regardless of the court or jurisdiction, an appeal is started when the party filing the appeal or the appellant files a notice of appeal with the appropriate appellate court, court of appeals, or appeals court. The notice may also have to be filed with the original lower court. Any party of the original dispute, the plaintiff, defendant, or respondent, is entitled to file an appeal if they are unsatisfied with the lower court's ruling. The party filing the appeal is referred to as the appellant or petitioner, and the opposing party is referred to as the respondent or the appealee. The appellant is the party who lost their claim, all or in part, in the lower court's decision and is appealing to a higher court to have their case reconsidered. So even in this definition, it's telling you that there has to be closure. There has to be a decision. That decision has to be final in order for you to appeal. All right. Now, notice of an appeal. Hold on one second. Okay. Notice of appeal. In In order for any party to appeal a judgment or decision of a court, the filing party must file a notice of appeal. This is a form or document that must be filed and is required to begin an appeal. The notice must outline the grounds for the filing. Appeals can be filed for a number of reasons, including errors of law, misrepresentation of facts, mishandled legal procedure. Filing a notice of appeal is subject to deadlines established by the jurisdiction hearing the case. Now, I wanted to really get into detail with this definition here. Errors of law, misrepresentation of facts, mishandled legal procedure. These are the three reasons and elements that you can file an appeal for. You cannot file an appeal because you did not like the outcome of the case, because you are not agreeing with the decision and the $4 million judgment. You cannot just file an appeal for that reason. There has to be errors in the case. There has to be misrepresentation of facts in your case. And there has to be mishandled legal procedures in your case. So the current case, being that it's not closed, there has to be these elements in that in order for Tasha to file an appeal. Now, appeal process. The appellate court will examine the recorded body of evidence presented in the original trial and the process of law and procedure applied by the lower court to check for any misrepresentation of facts, misapplication of law, or any other questionable processes in procedure that could have tainted or swayed the outcome of the original trial. If the appellate court finds no defect with the original judgment, it will affirm the judgment or let it stand. However, should the appellate court find a legal defect in the decision by the lower court, it can modify the decision or reverse the decision by the lower court or any part of the decision that the appellate court finds unjustified or questionable. The Court of Appeals may also send the case back to the lower court for further review and proceedings to allow the lower court to remedy the defect. Now, trial de novo. If the appellate court decides to review the lower court's decision completely, it is known as trial de novo. Trial de novo can challenge all aspects of the original trial and is particularly evoked when a lower court decides on informal proceedings such as a pretrial motion to dismiss a case or an motion for summary judgment. The whole case may be reheard by the appellate court, or the decision of the lower court may even be rendered unconstitutional by the Court of Appeals. A formal notice of the decision by the appellate court is mandated and conveyed to the trial court by the clerk of the trial court. This mandate constitutes the final judgment on the case. Now, it's very interesting. Okay, very interesting. Again, there has to be those three elements. There has to be some type of mishandled. There has to be some misrepresentation of law. There has to be elements where something wasn't right with the trial. You can't just not like the outcome and want it reversed. It does not work like that, okay? Now, there are stages in the injunctive relief hearing. Now, we know that we are waiting for the injunctive relief hearing April 1st. We know that this is the final aspect of this trial, what we are waiting for to close this case out. Now, what is an injunctive relief hearing? You guys have been hearing me talk about that a lot. But what is it? Injunctive relief, also known as an injunction, is a legal remedy that may be sought in a civil lawsuit, in addition to or in place of monetary damages. Rather than offering money as payment for a wrong in a civil action, injunctive relief is a court order for the defendant to stop a specified act or behavior. To explore this concept, consider the injunctive relief definition. Now, we already have monetary damages. So that's not a thing here. That's not meaning that there's going to be, they're going to overturn that and she's not going to have to pay any money. No, this would be a relief hearing prior to a judgment being, entered in for monetary value. You still can have an injunctive relief hearing in a situation. It doesn't have to, be that, oh, money is off the table. No. But what this explores is the fact that the defendant has to stop a specified act or behavior. So that's what's going to be determined in their injunctive relief hearing, what Tasha K is going to be able to do and say as it pertains to Cardi B. If someone wants another person or entity to stop doing something, he may file a civil lawsuit requesting injunctive relief. A hearing will be held during which both parties will make their case before a judge. If injunctive relief is granted, the court issues an order prohibiting a specified act or behavior. Generally, injunctions are sought and awarded when a monetary award cannot compensate for the wrong. So they are saying the money is not enough. That can't compensate for all the wrong that's been done to me. So I need an injunctive relief hearing because we need to further specify what you can and cannot do pertaining Cardi B. Okay. Now, there are different types of injunctive relief. In the legal process, different types of injunction may be issued at different stages in the case. The primary difference in types of injunctive relief is the degree of permanency. A judge who is reluctant to issue a permanent injunction may be willing to issue a temporary or preliminary injunction, maintaining the status quo while giving the court an opportunity to hear the rest of the case. Now, there are three types of injunctive relief. There is temporary restraining order, a preliminary injunction, and a permanent injunction. Now, we know that we are not at a point where we need to hear the rest of the case because we've heard the case and we know already. So what is a preliminary injunctive relief? That is when it provides protection similar to a temporary restraining order. But unlike an ex parte temporary restraining order, the matter must be heard in court. Preliminary injunctive relief commonly stops the specified action until the matter has been settled in court. In issuing a preliminary injunction, the court does not make a determination on the merits of the case, but seeks to prevent one party from suffering irreparable loss while the matters are in litigation. That's one type of relief. And then we have a temporary restraining order. A temporary restraining order is an emergency injunction that helps ensure the individual requesting the injunctive relief is protected from the actions of the other party. A temporary restraining order is an ex parte proceeding, which means that the request for restraining order is made without the other party's knowledge, and it is issued or denied by the judge without a hearing. Because by nature ex parte proceedings are one-sided, temporary restraining orders are very temporary, usually lasting only 10 days or so. At the time this temporary order is issued, a hearing is scheduled to allow both parties to present their case for or against the injunction. It is at this hearing that the judge will determine whether the injunctive should be extended or even made permanent. And then you can have the third type, which actually is the permanent injunctive relief. Now, it is not uncommon for the court, when issuing a preliminary injunction, to require the party requesting the injunction to post a bond to ensure that the other party is compensated in the event it is later determined that the injunction is not necessary or proper. Permanent injunctive relief refers to a temporary injunction that is later made part of the final judgment in a civil lawsuit. In such a case, the injunction becomes permanent and is effective for life of the enjoined party, unless a modification is sought from the court at some point in the future. Now, this is the injunctive relief that Cardi B and Tasha K will be taking part in, the permanent injunctive relief, okay? Because it is going to be part of the civil lawsuit that they already have, the judgment. It's part of the final judgment, and it's going to dictate what Tasha K can do going forward as it pertains to Cardi B. And this will be permanent and effective for the life of the enjoined parties, unless a modification is sought from the court at some point in the future. Okay? So whatever happens, that will be for life. Requirements for injunction relief. In order for a court to issue an injunction, certain legal requirements must be met. Regardless of the area of law in dispute, the decision whether to grant an injunction is generally based on balancing four specific factors. And what are these factors? Well, they are whether there is a reasonable likelihood that the lawsuit will be a success based on the merits of the case. Well, we know her lawsuit was a success. Whether the plaintiff will suffer irreparable harm if the injunction is not granted. Whether the balance of hardships tip in the plaintiff's favor. In other words, the plaintiff must show that without the injunction, the damages he will suffer will far outweigh the damages that the defendant will suffer if the injunction is issued. The injunction will have a favorable impact on the interests of the public. When considering the injunction, the court will look at all facts of the case, including hearing arguments from both the plaintiff and the defendant. So they will hear from both sides during this hearing. Injunctive relief, also known as an injunction, is a legal remedy that may be sought in a civil lawsuit in addition to or in place of monetary damages. Rather than offering money as payment for a wrong in a civil action, injunctive relief is a court order for the defendant to stop a specific act or behavior. All right? So we know that. Okay? We're trying to get Tasha K to stop the specific behavior. If someone wants another person or entity to stop doing something wrong, they may file a civil lawsuit requesting injunctive relief. A hearing will be held during which parties will make their case before the judge. If injunctive relief is granted, the court issues an order prohibiting a specified act or behavior. Generally, injunctions are sought and awarded when a monetary award. We went over that. All right, so now what it's doing is repeating itself. All right, now, so there were a lot of people that were saying, there are a lot of people that were saying, well, Tasha K can file bankruptcy. She can get out of this by filing bankruptcy. Well, there are certain things that you can't file bankruptcy. You cannot discharge in bankruptcy. Dischargeable debt for willful and malicious injury. So if you have willfully been malicious and you've done something purposefully, can that be discharged through bankruptcy? A central purpose to filing of a bankruptcy is to provide an individual debtor with the opportunity to discharge their debts and obtain a fresh start. However, not all debts are dischargeable under the bankruptcy code. One category of debt which is not dischargeable is a debt for willful and malicious injury by the debtor to another entity or to the property of another entity. The requirements of willfulness and maliciousness are distinct requirements and are treated as such by the courts. The 11th Circuit has held that proof of willfulness requires a showing of an intentional or deliberate act which is not done merely in reckless disregard of the rights of another. A debtor is responsible for a willful injury when he or she commits an intentional act, the purpose of which is to cause injury or which is substantially certain to cause injury. The actor is required to intend the injury, not just the act that leads to the injury. Recklessly or negligently inflicted injuries are not accepted from discharge. Malicious is defined as wrongful and without just cause or excessive, even in the absence of personal hatred, spite, or ill will. To establish malice, a showing of specific intent to harm another is not necessary. Ooh, child. Okay, now, this is basically saying if you have intentionally caused someone harm, Now, when they say injury, willful and intentional injury, we're not talking about fighting or personally striking someone just in that sense. Injury in this sense would be the acts that Tasha K committed against Cardi B. The defamation, the slander, intentional infliction of emotional distress, what she was found liable for. That is what the injury would be considered if she were to try to discharge that in a bankruptcy. It is not dischargeable. We know it was malicious. We know it was willful. We know that it was intentional. We know that she was found liable and the judgment was entered in the amount of almost $4 million. So she would not be able to write this off in a dischargeable bankruptcy because it's willful and it was malicious. All right. So I just wanted to go over that and give you guys some receipts because, you know, we like to give receipts. And I wanted you guys to really take a look at this because Tasha K intentionally, she did these acts with the intention to harm and hurt Cardi B. It was malicious. You know, she put up information that she knew was false when she did it. That was proven in court and she was found liable. So going in front of a court, you know, thinking that you're just going to be able to file an appeal, and that story that she is putting out, you know, for the public, trying to play this poker face and get everyone to think that she's just going to walk away from this and not going to be paying a dime, that's false. That is not something that people should buy into because that's not what's going to happen. If she does file an appeal, which I don't think she will, because first off, that's going to take more money. Now, that's more money that you have to spend for attorneys. That's more money that, you know, you have to put out of your pocket to fight another case, because it's not like they're just going to, okay, we did it for you, so now we just going to go and do this appeal for free. No, that's more charges. That's more of them, an invoice being sent to you. Now, if she uses the same attorneys, that's another story. Would she use the same ones, or would she use more different, more experienced, more qualified attorneys? That's going to be more money because that's going to be a bigger dime. It's going to be more experience, cost more money. All right. So does she have the money to keep shelling out for attorneys? You know, you're not going to be filing an appeal for free. Okay. So that's just not, this narrative is just not true. She is not in the appeals court already. The case is not closed. How can you be in an appeal with your case, you know, not closed? And the injunctive relief that is coming up, this is going to be determining what she can do and how she can proceed as it pertains to Cardi B. Once they determine that, then the judgment has already been entered into court on February 17th. So now it will become, okay, we need to start making payment, you know, and if she were to try to file a bankruptcy, that would be another thing. They would have to, you know, accept the bankruptcy, but it's not a dischargeable debt. So there's no way of getting around this. Just pay Cardi B her money. This is the repercussions. This is your punishment for doing and partaking in this, you know, this activity online. Let me see what you guys are saying. What are y'all saying in the comments? Oh, goodness. I know it's horrible. Tasha K admitted she did it, saying Cardi B can afford a therapist. Start writing them checks, Tasha girl. Chester says she ain't got it. Well, Tasha, you better get it. Yep, Lover of Life says she will not get out of paying this. Cocoa Butter Barbie says this is good research. Not everyone is providing this type of content. Please support by hitting the like button, share, and subscribe. Thank you. And, you know, this is just, you know, that's always, right. It's on April Fool's Day. You can't make this stuff up, you know, and that's just always what I say about this. This is something that Tasha K got herself into because she wanted to go viral. She wanted to make her channel pop. She wanted it to grow, and she did it off of this Cardi B story. You know, the Star Marie interview, all of that was a catalyst to her, you know, growing her channel, tagging and hashtagging and trending, you know, whenever Cardi B had a story in that was trending in the news, she was hashtagging and putting, she was trending right alongside of her, because if you hashtag and tag that in your video, then that's going to make your video get in the algorithm of YouTube, and you're going to get more views. You're going to get recommended, all that stuff. So this is just her payback, and this is just her punishment for partaking in this activity. So I just wanted to give you guys some quick receipts. We are still waiting for the transcripts. I'm not paying for them. I did discover that you do have to pay a little hefty price, and I'm not doing that. So we will wait for the transcripts to come out on March 22nd when they are available on Pacer, and we'll read those and pick those apart. And we already know, we've covered the case from the beginning to the end, and we already know that it's going to show that she got on the stand, she lied, she threw her husband under the bus, everything that was reported and whatever came out from Choke No Joke and Mr. Dennis Byron, all that information that was coming out from them, they were telling the truth. So the transcripts are not going to do anything but show us what we already know. We already know. I mean, you can't get out of, you defame Cardi B. At the end of the day, and I'm going to say this in closing, okay? And this is for anyone that partakes in this type of activity on social media. You can't get out of defaming, slander, anything that you've put up and you know it is a lie. You intentionally are lying. You want to go viral, so you're going to make up a fake story. When it is found out that you've lied, there's no way of getting around it. And then when you go to court, you've been sued, there's no way of getting around the video. That's your footprint. That's your digital footprint. The video, that was the evidence that they used against her. Her own words, her own videos. Play that in court, you can't get around it. Your own voice, your own video image stating these lies, stating these facts. You can't get around anything nowadays when you put it online. When you do a video, you DM someone, anything. That is your digital footprint, and it is there. It's not going anywhere. So she did this to herself, and it's like, was it worth it? Did you get everything that you were looking for, that you hoped for? Was the money worth it? Because now you owe $4 million, and you say you ain't got it. But you didn't think of this when you were being told to take the video down. Here's the cease and desist. You weren't, you were wiping your ass with the lawsuits. You wiped your ass. You got top of the notch lawyers that never lost the case, bright young talent. It was all of this. You swore to God on your children. You were not losing the lawsuit just to lose, because there was no way you were going to win this. There was no getting around it. You defamed the woman. You put up lies. She said it wasn't true. So it should have just come down. There's no reason it should have stayed up. When a person tells you, you're lying on me, this is not true, take it down, and you're defiant and you keep it up and you insist that this is true, knowing that is a lie, you deserve every ounce of this. You deserve everything that you get. I'm sorry. So people thinking that she's going to get around it by filing bankruptcy, no, she's not. She's going to have to pay this lawsuit. Sooner or later, she's going to have to start cutting a check to Cardi B. And Cardi has already stated that she's coming for everything. She says she don't care if you say you don't got it. You want to go on, interviews and try to play it off. Cardi said, I'm coming for everything. I know you effing lying. B better have my money. I want my money. You gonna have to sell whatever you sell, the Kibi Studios, sell the fake businesses, whatever you got down there. Sell them cameras, them couches, them wine glasses. We gonna need you to do some more, the sweet bitch wines. We just gonna need you to market and do whatever you gotta do, because you gotta pay Cardi B. Cardi says she wants her money. She don't care. And I agree, to the story of, oh, well, she's a smaller blogger. She's a smaller celebrity than Cardi B. Cardi's got all this money. Why would Cardi do that? This is not a good look. It wasn't a good look for her to keep the videos up. Cardi B asked Tasha K to take the videos down. Cardi B is not exempt from feeling, being dragged and feeling like she's being cyberbullied. She's a woman just like any other woman. How would you like it if someone went online and said that you had a beer bottle that was you in a video, you cheated on your husband? And Cardi B is very loyal to Offset, and she really cares about her marriage and her family. She didn't want those narratives out on, social media about her. She's got business deals, sponsors. I'm even learning about things like that. You can't partake in certain things. Your brand will be affected. People won't want to do business with you if they hear certain type of things about you. So putting out narratives that are false, that are not true, and you were asked to take them down, she's not exempt from feeling human, from feeling like, why is this woman targeting me when I don't even know her? And she won't take them down. She doesn't even care how she's making me look and how she's making me feel. So I don't want to hear that she's a smaller, celebrity. She's just a content. She's just a YouTube blogger. Cardi is rich and famous. That makes her not exempt, for feelings and wanting someone to stop lying on her. So I'm with that. What y'all saying in the comments? Exactly. Why did TK need to build her platform off negative things about people? Trill says it's not even about the money. It's the principles. Money is the root of all evil. The more money, the more problems. Sell the fupa. Strip girl and drink your wine. Cling, cling, hit the wine glass. Right. It is the love of money is the root of all evil. I said Jerome in the house, so watch your mouth. Hey. Yes. And he says, I want to hear it. Tasha, I told you to leave Cardi B alone. I told you leave her alone. Oh my goodness. Now we have to pay all of this money and I told you to leave Cardi B alone. Tasha, why? Why did you do it? Why did you do it? I told you. A judge, I told her. I mean, they was up there on that stage. Judge, I told her. I told her to leave Cardi B alone. I didn't have nothing to do with it. All I did, I just put up the videos. I just edit the videos. I don't know nothing about the emails. I don't know nothing of taxes. What about the taxes? I don't know nothing about the taxes. Tasha, now they asking us about the taxes. They know that we don't pay taxes. You got us in so much shit. Oh, you got us in so much shit because of your mouth. Because you won't shut your mouth. You got us in so much shit. You got this. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, I'm leaving you the first chance I get. I'm going back to Africa. There, y'all got it. I don't give a fuck. That you ain't have to do me like that, Cardi. Mother, you know I ain't got it. You know I ain't motherfucking got it, girl. You ain't have to do me like that, Cardi. You did not have to do me like that, bitch. You know I ain't motherfucking got it, girl. Where the fuck I'm gonna get $4 million from? All it was a video. I was just motherfucking playing, girl. You know I was just motherfucking playing. It was just all a joke, Cardi. It was all a joke. I wanted to go viral. You know I was just motherfucking playing. Judge, I was just motherfucking playing. Shit, girl. Cardi said, baby, my money. I want my money. Kacha, we got the money. You want to go get the Birkin bags? Yes, Kacha, we're gonna go get on the plane. Come on, mommy, daddy, we're going to the Dominican. Come on. Fuck that motherfucking Cardi. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. She know I ain't got no motherfucking $4 million. Where the fuck I'm gonna get $4 million from? Shut! Where we gonna get $4 million? You should have stopped me. You should have said, stop it. Tasha. Don't try to put that shit on me. I told you to leave Cardi B alone. Don't you put that shit on me. I told you to leave that girl alone. I told you. Oh, Sean, thank you. I see you. I see you down there. Thank you so much for the $10. Sean says, TK Cardi not going to appeal me. I won that case. She got to pay me $4 million. What y'all talking about? Child. But I just wanted to come real quick and give you guys some receipts, give you a little bit of tea I don't think that she's going to be able to file a bankruptcy. It's just not looking like it. It looks like she's going to have to pay this girl her money. All the research and everything that I've looked, and documents and legal websites, education on legal formalities and bankruptcies, Tasha's going to have to pay Cardi B. There is no getting around it. So for all the people that do not want this woman to be held accountable, I just don't understand why. Why do you not like Cardi B so much? What is it about Cardi B that you feel like she deserved this? I mean, that's what it gives to me. Like, people really feel like she deserved this. And it's still the hidden subliminal messages for me. This woman is still trying to insinuate that what she said about Cardi was true. It was just a conspiracy in court. The machine was just out to get her, and she was crucified in court because of who Cardi B is. It's like, no, girl, you said this stuff and it was a lie. And you kept it up knowing it was a lie. You admitted on phone calls and admitted to people that you knew it was a lie. And the judge even said it after watching the videos. Like, this is the type of woman that would do anything for money. Like, he got that perception by just watching your video. So I don't understand why people don't want this woman to be held accountable. Hold her accountable. She did it. She has to answer for it. This is the punishment. You reap what you sow. Cause and reaction. Cause and effect. That's just life, So that's all I got, you guys. Like I said, when we get the videos, when we get the court documents, we will do video footage on it, and I'll give you guys my viewpoint on that. But I don't know, waiting to see what we already know. We followed this whole case and we know. We always say we can read. So what are we waiting on to see what? Stuff that we already know is true, So that's all I got, you guys. This has been another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. You guys be sure to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this video. Why do people not want to hold Tasha K accountable? Why do the winos and people that support Tasha K feel as though she should get out of paying her? $4 million. She needs to pay Cardi B. That's what the judgment was. That's what the court found. And she was found liable. That's the judgment. Why do people feel as though she doesn't need to pay that? What is it about Cardi B that you guys feel she deserves this? Just don't get it. Right? So be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye, you guys.